Hello, everyone. Welcome to Choices Finding Your Joy. Wow, I have an amazing guest for us today. I am just so excited and honored to share with everyone Yoichi Utebi. He is the Happy Science Media Division producer, and he is the creator of an amazing movie, and I'm going to let him tell you about that. The Immortal Hero is the name of it, and it's absolutely fantastic. First off, welcome. Thank you for being on the show.
Okay, hi everyone, and hi Paula. Thank you so much for having me on this show and this opportunity to talk about this movie. It is just so great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Honored. Well, tell us.
Mhm.
Let's start with what prompted you to make this particular movie.
Okay, actually, I'm not the creator of the movie. The original writer or the creator his name is Ryuho Okawa. We'll probably talk about him later, but
Great.
he's the founder of Happy Science, and the director's name is Mr. Akapane. And I'm more stationed in LA in trying to get this movie distributed across the world.
Yes.
Doing the voiceovers and things like that. So
Great.
yeah, that's my position. Is basically yes.
I love it.
Yep.
Tell us about the movie.
Sure. So when you hear Immortal Hero, I'm sure all the listeners going to know, if you have no background information, well, is it like an Avengers movie? And a lot of fighting and battle scenes and VFX and special effects. But I have to tell you, it's not that kind of movie. So it's not an Avengers movie, but actually, it is an Avengers movie. It's a Japanese film. It's an inspirational film. That's why I'm on this radio. It's very inspirational and very heartwarming film. The reason why I'm saying it's similar to Avengers is because it's the Avengers of our inner self. We all have Avengers. We all have heroes inside ourselves, and that's why the title is called Immortal Hero. So it's a very inspirational film, but it also has this Avengers touch to this film. So basically, this movie is going to be released in Japan, US, and Canada simultaneously from October 18th. October 18th. In US, it'll be 10 major markets: LA, San Francisco, Seattle, New York, Hawaii, and so on. Okay, and we have Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and Canada. And we actually won over 20 film festival awards already with this movie. So everybody around the world love this movie, even though it's not released yet. And with the first worldwide premiere is going to be the San Diego Film Festival, International Film Festival, on October 16th. That's going to be, so we have been selected officially for San Diego Film Festival, and they'll be releasing this movie as a premiere on the 16th. So anybody, if you're living in San Diego, just call Palma. We'll give you the invitation tickets for San Diego. Okay. So anyway, let me just talk about this movie. Okay. So this movie is the 17th movie we have produced from Happy Science. So we've been around for quite a long time. The original story is written by Master Okawa, and screenplay is actually being done by his daughter, Sayaka Okawa. That's kind of interesting, right? So the story goes like this. It is 80% based on true story. So not 100%, but 80%. And story is like there's a man. His name is Makoto Miyoya, and he is a president of very, very successful publishing company. And one day he has heart attack. He just falls down in heart attack, and he's brought into ICU. And at that point, he was actually told by the doctors medically he is a dead man. So, but yet he was still alive. But he said medically he's a dead man. The reason is because his heart wasn't functioning anymore. He wasn't beating, and the water was swollen up in his lungs. All the lungs was filled with water. So at that point, usually human beings are dead. Okay, but he was still alive. So doctors were just so surprised at this miracle, what was going on. Anyway, they told him, you're not going to make overnight, so you're going to pass away, over the night. So the families get together, they're crying, and it's giving the farewell to him. But he decided by himself, that I'm not going to die, because he knew he has this mission. He has to go out to the world and tell everybody how to become happy, how to be a real happy person. So he told himself, I'm not going to die. And what happens? In the morning, he was still alive, and he actually, on his own power of will, shrunk his heart, released all the water out of his lung with a minimum medical treatment, no surgery at all. And he was out of the hospital in 14 days, less than 2 weeks. And that is a true story. But this movie is also, that's how the story goes. And it's just amazing story. So that's the basic story of this movie.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have to share with everyone, I had the honor of being able to watch this movie. And I actually cried. I teared up. I was so inspired and
Thank you
so
so much.
touched. You're so welcome. And I said to myself that day, what a gift for me to have this honor and this connection and learn about this great movie. Yes.
Right. So, this screenplay was written by his daughter. She's over 20 now. She's married. She has a son, a beautiful person, beautiful family. But when she was there, she was still in middle school, I think. And she's seen everything. She heard everything, all the words and experiences she went through. So she remembers everything. So that's why she wrote this. So that's why it's based on true story, 80%. And that's why it's just so real. It doesn't have that, going up and down excitement like Avengers, action movie. But internally, how you feel it's so emotional, and it's actually about the man, but it relates to everybody. For example, if you are having a disease now, you want to cure the illness. It'll show you how to actually heal with the power within yourself. I mean, if that happens, that's a great miracle, right? But it happened to him, so it could happen to anyone. It's the power of will and power of faith and belief, I think. So you can learn about that. He goes through a lot of struggles of the middle-aged man. He has to decide the family relationship or the mission that he has to pursue with his life. A lot of struggles. I'm sure in the middle 40s nowadays, everybody has to go through that once in their lifetime. So even the person in the middle-aged man come see the movie and try to find out, what's your true mission. A lot of family issues everywhere in this world today, divorce and bullying and children being, bullied in school. All these issues are also in this movie. It doesn't really give you the real answer how to overcome it, but I think you'll be able to be related to and try to discover on yourself how to overcome these issues as well. So it's really, it's a movie for everyone to come and see. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's so inspirational. And I love how the movie, it shares, the facts, what happened, his experiences, and as you said, the family, what they experienced. It just changed so many lives, and it changed so many lives in how he then proceeded to change his outlook and what he wanted to share with others about his experience.
Yes, that's what happened. So in the movie, I can't really reveal too much, but as a producer, president of the company, he was doing a lecture and he was writing books on how to become a better human being, how to become more successful. And in real life, I'm going to call him Master Okawa. His name is Ryuho Okawa, but I call him Master Okawa. So Master Okawa was actually writing this book in reality, and he went through the same, the story itself is actually real. So when he was in age of 47, he went through this experience, and after that, he started to go out to all the branches that there was of Happy Science. He started preaching outside, and he even went out to the world, starting from Hawaii and all the 5 continents. And actually, he's coming to Toronto October 6th, which is 2 days ahead. So I'm actually in a room in Toronto hotel. So he'll be doing the lecture in Toronto. So he's actually going all the way around the world and also in Japan. So this incident really kickstarted, his mission. So yes. Mm-hmm.
It's so exciting to have this movie coming all around the world and
Mm-hmm.
to the U.S. I'm so excited.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Gosh, and you you are involved in the Happy Science.
Yes. Yes.
Tell us about Happy Science.
Okay.
That's a powerful.
Yeah, I actually met Happy Science when I just graduated from high school. So that's almost like I'm already over 50. So a while ago, 1987. Actually, Happy Science started in 1986. Okay, and I met Happy Science in 1997, which was next 1 year after. And actually, I was living in New York, and I read this book called The Laws of the Sun by Ryuho Okawa. And even though I was very young, it just touched me so much. And since then, I've been a great fan of Happy Science, and I'm actually a member of Happy Science, and now I'm a staff of Happy Science for about 10 years. I was went through all the IT world, IT industry world, and when I was in mid-40s, I decided, I think I want to spend all my rest of my life devoting to spreading this teaching of Happy Science. So Happy Science started in 1986 by his name is Ryuho Okawa, and he was a professional in a trading company in Japan. He actually graduated from Tokyo University. He went to law school in New York, and he was one of the most, I don't know what the best word to put it. He's like the to be next president type of guy. He was so powerful and successful. But one day, 1981, he got enlightened. He got revelation from heavenly world that he has this mission that he needs to pursue to bring happiness to the world. So in 1986, he left everything. He just stopped all his work and established Happy Science on his own. So Happy Science is actually a science of happiness. So it sounds scientific, but it's really about how to discover the true happiness within yourself. Okay, so the happiness that we want to pursue is that this happiness within ourselves. There's so many things happening in this world, so many tangible things. Of course, wealth is very important, but there's much, much more than what you see and what you can touch in this world. So the true happiness comes from really, really deep, deep inside of you. And you have to find that happiness within yourself with your own power, by yourself. Happiness is not going to come from outside of you, but you have to discover within yourself. And in order to do that, you have to, go really deep inside of you and find what the true happiness is. And Masaoka's teaching will kind of guide us through how to find the true happiness within yourself. So I think the most thing that I really discovered through this Happy Science teaching was that I'm light itself. I don't mean I'm God, I don't mean I'm the immortal God. I'm just saying every one of us is light itself. We are all part of God or part of the universe or Buddha, whatever you want to call this existence that exists, that loves us and nurtures and gives us all the mercies. We are all part of it. So I think that is one thing that's more important over more like Eastern philosophy, like Buddhist type of philosophy, where we are light itself, compared to some of the Western of a Christian background philosophy where we are the sinners and we were born with sins and we have to be forgiven. That is also an important way of thinking. But for my understanding, when I discovered this teaching, I just found out I'm part of God and part of the universe, and I like itself, and that was just so powerful because after that, like anybody, right? Even if you're born poor, if you're born rich, if you're well educated, if you're not well educated, nothing matters in this world. What's important is whatever the environment you are within, you can be happy in that environment.
Yes.
So I had a lot of struggles in younger ages, in 20 to 30. Spiritually, mentally, I went through a lot of ups and downs. But at the end of the day, I found out like I'm light, I'm part of God, and I knew like, anybody can feel happiness. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's really powerful. And you know what's great about this is once you find out that you are light, part of light, you can become positive inside of you. What happens is once you become positive, there's a thing called power of attraction in this world, right? We all know this. So if you're positive, you're going to start to attract all the positive energy in this world, all the positive things in your life, and your life will start to turn into positive ways. And really, you're going to find a lot of happiness and a lot of good things happening, even in this real, existing world. So it's more like a power of positive thinking, of like Norman Vincent Peale and Napoleon Hill, all these great guys. But it's really related to that point. But we are Happy Science will challenge that for much more spiritual aspect of it.
Yes.
So
it's such a powerful statement that when we put that happiness or that positive energy out there, that's what we create more of. I mean, I felt so honored and blessed to have the opportunity to connect with you and Happy Science. And I've just finished writing a book called Why Am I So Happy?
Wow.
That just shows us how, I know, it's like we're just perfect partners in sharing a message.
Yeah. It's all about mindset. I mean, this teaching, the mindset's been James Allen used to teach, and from Jesus Christ, it's all about what you think. And, what you think is who you are. It's James Allen. What you think is who you are. And if you think you're miserable, if you are suffering because you're suffering with something, if you think you are a suffering person, you are not a bad person, that you don't need to exist, you're not worthy, then that's what who you are. Okay, it doesn't matter in any situation. And Master Okawa was a dead man. His heart was stopped, but he said, "No, I'm not gonna die because I got mission to do." And that's so powerful. And he's the same human being. He might be God is and godly existence maybe, but he's the same human being. And anybody can do that. So what do you think is who you are, who you become, and that's what I've been doing. I'm just always trying to put positive energy into myself and try to discover a better person. And anybody can do this. And Master Oka's teaching just guided me through this. Yeah. I'm so happy to share. What your book's name? I'm happy.
Why am I so happy?
Why am I so happy? I mean, that is so wonderful. It's not like how can I become happy, but why am I happy? That means you're already a happy person, right? I want to read that book, so you gotta send me that book, okay?
Oh, I would be honored to send you a copy. I would be honored. I'll send you an autographed copy.
Okay.
It's something I've been asked my whole life, but yet I've had, terrible challenges, but yet you can be happy and support each other and make it through. I would love for you to take a moment and share with everyone your website and how they can go about seeing this movie when it's released.
Okay, so the movie website is www.immortal-hero.com. The immortal-hero.com. You go there, you get to see this beautiful trailer that the professional made. We are actually releasing this movie through a distribution company called Freestyle. And in Canada, Renaissance Media, they're like one of the major independent film distribution company. They're just doing great job for us. Actually, so I just go a little more into detail and where actually this movie is playing. Like I said, LA, Orange Country, San Diego, San Francisco, Seattle, Chicago, New York, Florida, Atlanta, Detroit, Arizona, Portland, Hawaii, and also Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. So anybody who's living in this area, please go to the website. And most of them, we are actually releasing this in AMC. So AMC Theater, everybody's know AMC, right? So just check out our website and you will see the beautiful trailer and actually where to go. And some of the movie theaters are not the dates are fixed, but not the time is not fixed yet. But it will be from the October 18th to 24th. If you do better, we will be to do one more week. So everybody, please come and see this movie. Okay. I'm sorry I'm doing so much promotion.
Yeah. I will be going. I can't wait to see it in a theater setting. I can't wait. And living just south of Seattle, that will be just perfect.
Okay.
I'm so
also, yeah, we have done a voiceover. But for this theoretical release, we actually going to intentionally do only the subtitle because it's a Japanese film. But when we go on to VOD, hopefully we'll be on Netflix and Hulu and others. We will be able to have a voiceover version, so anybody can actually select it and watch it in English as well. So I look forward for that. Yes.
What would you say is the main message that you want to give the audience when they watch this movie?
Just watch this. When you finish watching it, I just want you to feel what you feel. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be some kind of feeling that you're going to feel after you watch this. I mean, sometimes you might, if you're looking for a fast-paced movie, it might seem a little bit slow tempo, but just watch it till the end. You'll enjoy it. And after you finish watching it, I want you to feel what you feel. And I don't want to say what you're going to feel, but I'm sure you're going to feel that the oneness. That, I don't know, even though we all are individually different, and we have a different philosophy, different ideas, religious background is different, but at the end of the day, like we're all the same. We can be together and we can overcome all these differences. And that's the kind of message I want to give to you, but I don't want to say that to you because that's the message I want you to feel. But I already said it, but I want you to feel like the inside of you, like, so we're trying to do this, we're not trying to convert everybody to have this science. So of course it'll be wonderful if everybody wants to join us. But we're not saying that. We just want to share this idea that, we can overcome all these differences. In US, it's called divided country nowadays. It's just so, I'm not saying, who is right and who's wrong. It's just that it wasn't like that, 20, 30 years ago when I was living in the US. I just feel so bad and so sad. That's what's happening in the US today. And also, the fight between Christianity and Islam, that doesn't need to happen because we all come from the same source, same God. God just decided to bring Jesus 2,000 years ago because God decided he needs Jesus to be there to teach the right thing for the human being. And when Muhammad was sent from heaven, he needed to be sent there in that certain time, in certain area. So of course the teaching is going to be different because the people are different, and the lifestyle is different. So it's going to be different, but that doesn't mean they are the different teachings. It's the same teaching. It's the same God's teaching. And I think what we need now is to understand that. And that's the only way I think we can overcome this conflict. So we have to really, I know it's so easy to say in words, But when it comes to reality, it's so difficult. But we just have to overcome all these differences that we have. And I don't know why people are like that, but because I always, since I was a child, I just hated to fight. And because I was living in Lebanon, Beirut, when I was from age 3 to 2nd grade, and I actually experienced a war when I was like in 1st grade, because there was the conflict in Beirut, and there was a battle going on, fires, bullets flying around over my head, and I used to have fun picking up the shells, and if you're empty, sometimes the shells are not empty, so you find a real bullet, and it's like a hit. Yes, I found a real bullet, and I used to climb up on the tanks, as a hanging on the tanks and having fun, like climbing up like a jungle gym. And so I had the experience, and like Lebanon, Beirut was like a beautiful place. But one day, I just saw the tanks came in and started fighting, and we actually had to evacuate, from the place. And I was just so sad. So when I was in 2nd grade, I experienced that, and since then, and my parents were Christians. I raised as a Christian family. That's very for Japanese, but so I went to Sunday church every day. But I actually went to mosque too. We asked the people in Islam people, we really want to experience the mosque. So I experienced mosque when I was in 2nd grade. So by the time I grew up in like high school, I already had this mindset, like, we're all together. So I just couldn't understand why we have to fight. Like, there's no reason. So that's really connected me to Happy Science, I think.
Thank you. And, I'm just so grateful for the dedication of Happy Science, because its mission is greater happiness to humanity. And I am so grateful for that. And we are coming to the end of the time. I just want to say thank you. This has been just a blessing. And may I have you share your website one more time, because I really
so it's www.immortal-hero.com.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Paula, so much for this opportunity. I'm so happy I was able to connect to you. Please send me the book. I want to read it. And I'm going to send you free tickets to the movie. So please go see the movie. Okay?
Here's to happiness. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this great opportunity. I appreciate it very much.
And love, hugs, and blessings. And to the audience, love, hugs, and blessings, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, the audience for listening to us. Come see the movie.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.